They say that the first mile is the hardest, but then the last mile is a real killer. Good morning, everybody. My name is Darija Pizent, and for the last 20 years, I've been working in logistics, and I'm still standing. Today, in the next 15 minutes or so, I will introduce you to Atlantic Grupa digital transformation journey. What projects did we implement so far, and go into more details about our final step of delivery through digital shipment project. Atlantic Grupa started some 30 years ago as a distributor of a chewing gum, and it is growing ever since. But instead of talking about Atlantic Grupa, here are some facts and figures in a short promo video, so please enjoy.
30 years ago, we started developing our good taste in the food and beverages industry, and we still can't get enough of it. We always raise our bar higher and bring the best quality products to the table. We're faithful to our strategy to create trust and excitement in our key categories. The key is to invest time and resources in creating new, timeless flavors. Buckle up. We are a leading, fast-moving consumer goods producer and distributor in the region of Southeast Europe. Sounds good, right? Whether you like bitter coffee, the umami taste of the pate, salty snacks or sweet dessert, we have brands to please every taste bud. Everything goes with our wide selection of non-alcoholic beverages. Who says pairing food with drink is that hard? It's widely known that taste has no limits and can connect people around the world. That's why our products are present in over 40 markets worldwide, and we are an exclusive distributor for many renowned companies and brands. We have a stable network of 17 distribution centers with direct access to each sale point. Over 1,000 delivery vehicles bring thousands of our products to each corner of the region, as well as supplies for our Farmacia, the largest pharmacy chain in Croatia. Shares and overall sales are well distributed. Sharing is caring. We're happy to share that our share is listed in the Zagreb Stock Exchange's prime market, where we have been reporting expected results for over 50 quarters in a row. Our ownership structure is stable and shows that everyone can have a fair slice of the cake. Okay, now let's stop cutting up and focus. There were no cuts during 2020. Atlantic Grupa showed stability, resilience, and received high scores. Good job! Let's cut to our recipe for success, to spice each brand with both trust and excitement. The basis for everything is our corporate culture, allowing our employees to quench their thirst for knowledge and flavor their careers. We are always open to new ideas and ways of thinking, and never satisfy our appetite with less than the best. Through our vision, we've established Atlantic Grupa as a leader in the food and beverage industry. And we invite you to add flavor to your everyday moments.
In 2017, Atlantic Grupa started its digital transformation journey. Led by our IT department, through Digital Agenda Council, logistics got a lead in that program. And there were several reasons why logistics got a lead, and that was the need of optimization of the processes and cost reduction, the need of data that has to be analyzed, processes to be improved, and to put stronger focus on service level. As you could see, Atlantic Grupa had a rapid growth, but the processes and technology didn't follow that growth. And in some cases, in the logistics processes, we were completely blind, we were lacking the solutions and technology, and we were lacking the data. With each new product, with each new supplier, or each new customer, exceptions in the processes grown. And of course, the focus was mainly on the logistics cost. At that time, I would say the first time in my career, the logistics cost per pallet was put aside and the KPI service level would put in front. So what we did is gather a small development team inside supply chain department, and they had to have the strong customer-centric approach to each project that was evaluated and to put to implementation phase. Atlantic Grupa had some great projects in the last few years. So here are some of the projects that we did. We started with some small projects like cycle counting, and we get rid of that nightmare of physical counts. We are now looking for drone solutions for the high-rack inventory. Then we put multi-picking functionality that was already in our warehouse management system. One of the most, I would say, important project was definitely voice picking, because with that project we put change management in front of that project, and we've introduced the culture of constant improvements for the first time. Of course, we also gained 20% increase in our picking process. Like I said, in some areas we had huge gaps, missing the technology, and that was the project yard management on the inbound processes. Together with our suppliers, we set the yard management solution and EDI connection. One of the biggest projects was definitely digital shipment, and I would say the coolest one was testing AMRs. We tested 2 AMRs robots on the also inbound process, because we want to keep that change management focus, because robots are here and eventually it will be in our warehouse. So we wanted to prove that those robots are safe for the people and can interact together with people. And we prove, of course, they can be efficient, moving the pallet from position A to position B. Like I said, the biggest project was digital shipment. With our partners from Transport Management System, we developed our own solution from the scratch, and it was a custom-made solution. All the targets from that project was set around, I would say, 3 pillars, and that was first to gain transparency and visibility of the whole process from the end, when the order is placed in our system, to the very end. Then the second is to gather data from that process and to have clear control tower of that process. And third was, as I mentioned, service level focus, to give all our customers insights of that process and to make the whole process paperless. So in a little bit more details, the solution had to be integrated with the rest of our IT environment. So we integrated that solution with our main ERP, that is SAP, with warehouse management system, with the route master, that is our application for a Salesforce. And with that integration, we got an order status coming in our system, passing through the warehouse operations, delivery operations, and finally, eventually the return process, if there are any. We gave to all of our drivers tablets. Atlantic Grupa has only 30% of its own fleet, and 70% of that fleet is our external partners. So in 70% of cases, we didn't know what is happening on the field. With this solution, also we upgraded our routing plan, so it is automated, and now I would say 5 to 8% of routing is corrected manually, and in the background is a machine learning that can optimize each new route plan. From a data point of view, we get what we wanted, and that was data, but what happened is that we came from the point where we didn't have any data or really small amount of data. We are now at the point where we really have a huge amount of data. And we set our control tower and we are monitoring the process in real time, but our focus now is on analytics. We are trying to find a solution that can help us extract those data, to have a predictive analytic tool, and to be more faster and less painful, these analytics, for new improvements, of course. And the third, as I mentioned, pillar around service level. So we created a web portal, is free to all our stakeholders in the process, internal, and of course to all of our partners and customers. They can see all their status about the delivery, order fulfillment, ETA, and stuff like that. And all the documents are digitalized. So we have a digital POD, digital return note, and digital invoice, and all this is electronically archived. Funny, in this process, what happened is that most of our customers were not ready for paperless process. And most of them insist that they would rather have a piece of paper. Some of them show willingness to turn to digital, but their system were not ready. So we are now in the phase to try to negotiate more paperless process. In some cases, I must say that COVID helped us and the lockdown, when the impossible things started to be possible overnight. So this is what happened in this phase. So to conclude, what I was trying to say is that road ahead of us is really what was proven in the last 2 years of the crisis was that the road was definitely full of uncertainties. And the road can be dark and can be foggy and slippery, but I'm sure that it is also full of new opportunities. All this project and the approach that we had in the last few years really helped us to navigate to the crisis. So we were really successful in the last 2 years. We didn't have one stoppage during the crisis, and we gained more trust from our partners, from our suppliers and the customers. And that really gave us wind in our sails to keep our culture of constant improvements, to nurture that culture, and to still keep the focus on a digital and green projects. Because in our case and in our environment, we strongly believe that this is what makes our supply chain sustainable. So thank you very much.